Zooshrooms are one of the most diverse exoanimal clades in the Oceanocene. Their simple anatomy and hypertrophic nature makes them very adaptable, letting them colonize all marine habitats, some of them even living in the intertidal zone. In the coralliforms abyss, every once in a while a long spire formation can be seen. This could be confused with a branches-on coralliform. Indeed, that's what it's meant to resemble. But it is in fact the reproductive structure of a kind of zooshroom called a pike-guy's. Pike-guy's main body stays underground instead of poking out like their ancestors, and the only time they are visible from above is when they grow long gamete spikes, which burst out from the ground. These spires only last a few days, during which they release gametes into the water. Then they separate from the pike-guy's body and decompose, leaving the organism hidden again. Unlike their ancestors, which started growing roots once they landed on the ground, pike-guy's start growing roots while still in their planktonic stage, making sure that when they land, they are safely secured in place. Further from the hydrothermal vents which the coralliforms need, another kind of zooshroom lives. The water is mostly still around their habitat, and this has resulted in a species that rarely broadcasts spawns, unlike most zooshrooms and indeed, most exoanimals at the time. They call these sorts of zooshrooms colonists, for they have evolved a remarkable adaptation to propagate asexually, creating colonies of genetically identical individuals on the seafloor. Another adaptation colonists have is an early attempt at a seed. These structures are made by cells surrounding the gamete maker cells, and their purpose is to keep the gametes alive longer, so that when sexual reproduction is required, there is a higher chance for fertilization to occur. Moving upward, along the walls of the continental shelves, mostly found in the Southern Ocean, is a vastly different species of zooshroom. Scuteliforma australis is a kind of dishroom, adapted to catch marine snow and folic detritus to supplement its diet, for the soil in which they live is often poor in nutrients. This dish also serves another purpose, stopping other zooshrooms, especially other dishrooms, from growing nearby and taking their nutrients. Finally, we get to the ocean surface, and even beyond, where the tippers live. They are the only zooshroom clade which doesn't live in the ocean or in lakes. Instead, they live in small tidal pools left when the high tide retreats. They have the smallest body of any zooshroom, but the longest roots proportional to it. All this so they are even less prone to being uprooted. They only reproduce at high tide, making sure some of their descendants make their way into other tidal pools, where they are safe from most sucker-descended predators. And that's all on Zooshrooms for now. This is Hnrrienkast signing off.